Barakatha Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, Kal Halalium Wahawadla Abanawa Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Racha HaKodash. Double honor to the elder apostles and the elder bishops and the elders at the Great Millstone GMS who rule well and who teach well, laboring in this word and doctrine, and salutations to the hopeful elect out there. Abba Ratazar, which means Father willing, so Father willing this lesson is edifying. Yeah, excellent news right here, man. Okay. Setting up the stage for a crisis. The Guardian one day ago, Iran-linked hackers blamed for cyber attack that shut down UK power plant. BBC one day ago, Iran-linked hackers behind cyber attack that shut down power plant, reports here. 7 hours ago from the Register, Iran-linked cyber attack shut down a UK power plant. Yeah, so you got more articles on this. From Reuters 15 hours ago, UK briefs energy chiefs after Iran-linked cyber attack reports. Okay, look at this one, 14 hours ago. Iran-linked cyber attack reportedly shuts UK energy generator for 4 days. Alright. Yeah. An event like this can disrupt homes, disrupt industries, disrupt businesses, and ultimately usher in the shutting down of these societies. This is a crisis right here, a major one. Okay. Now, we know that E operates on predictive programming, so we are not ignorant to Satan's devices. Okay. But the precedence is there. You know, you're more accustomed to having cyber attacks. Now they can strategically shut down particular areas and bring them to their needs. Okay. Imagine the kind of impact that this would have on the so-called health system. Damn. 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, damn near a week. Shutdown of the power grid would have on all facilities. Imagine the effect of that. Very, very impactful. Okay. We understand how fragile the system is. We understand how fragile the global networks are, how fragile the economy is, how fragile all, these systems, that are interlocked, all right, that are all linked in with each other. How fragile they really are when one system falls apart and one system breaks down. Ultimately, you can have a situation where the whole thing breaks down. When you have it to where supply chains break down for a few days, cannot get food from Sainsbury's or Tesco's, all right? Or they're not open because there ain't any electricity. That's a major, major situation right there. Massive predicament. Okay. Oh, yeah. That'll lead to riots. Okay. Then, it'll lead to martial law. Okay. Could lead to all sorts of things. Absolutely leads to rationing. Definitely leads to rationing because you have to manage what you already have. You see, they're setting all this up to make a move on the masses. Let's go to the Apocrypha. A bit pressed for time, on break. All right, plantation. Got like 7 minutes left. 2nd Esdras chapter 15 verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That's right. Okay, they already showed you that already, that they could do that. L-downs, checkpoints. It will certainly get chaotic. Now imagine you have a so-called cyber attack in the midst of a fuel shortage. Imagine the impact. Okay, there's the oil crisis already taking place in the background, so prices are going to be steep. So things will be at a breaking point. Then boom, a so-called attack suddenly happens. That's multiple crises right there, simultaneously. That's all feasible. Fuel prices will be crazy over the winter, we know that. Now they are easing you into the idea of having cyber attacks. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Something the wrestler Kurt Angle would say. But yeah, a whole city lock off, a whole business lock off. Do you know how much impact? Just think about this. Do you know how much impact 5 days or 6 days or even a week worth of commerce can have on a business? Especially in these times, these tough times. I ain't talking about your local mom and pop stores, I'm on about major, big corporations. Okay, that's it. Revenue is gone. See, a lot of these companies work on very slim margins, 10%, 20%. That's what you're working with. Okay, that could all be wiped out. First Peter chapter 4 verse 7, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. That's right, man. We're at the very end, man. Okay? So many things happening, like false flag attacks. The false flag, you know, T attacks. Yeah? Okay. Alright. Anything could happen, man. And we're on the watch. We're on the lookout, man. Okay? We're not asleep. Okay? We remain circumspect. Alright? That's what you're working with, yeah? That could be wiped out. Not to mention the health system, so-called. Once that is disrupted, for even as much as 5 days, 6 days, that's over. Alright? First Peter chapter 5 verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Absolutely. You know. Now of course we're gonna go through things. Okay? It's gonna be a bumpy ride though. And these people are about to fold. Okay? You know, our faith is gonna be pushed to the maximum. Okay? You know, without faith it's impossible to please the Lord. Okay? Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Alright? But you know, we have this word. Okay? We have the word mixed with faith, man. Okay? So it profits us. Alright? Okay? The Lord's servants shall eat as well. Alright? You know, we have this knowledge, this wisdom, this understanding, which will keep us stable in the times to come, Lord willing. Okay? So I know I never got to go into any of these articles, but yeah, this took place, man. Alright. So again, we got to be, you know, watching constantly, checking alternative news, all sorts. So yeah, I'm gonna end the lesson there. Lord willing, this was edifying to whoever was watching, okay, and listening, and that it reaches whoever it needs to reach. In closing, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash, Shalom to the Lord's elect of the household of faith out of the nation of Israel, and a bad babal